Professor, in fact, for introducing us to this fourth generation university, which as a part of a developing country, I am now since today started to feeling it as a challenge. And why I'm seeing it as a challenge, because we have not really been achieved something into third generation, which we talk about as knowledge exchange. And we as the entire like a consortium or a group, you can call us, we are in fact in a struggle to find out how to really make it possible to make science, technology, innovation system progressive in our country, which is Pakistan. See, it's always a stage-wise. We say it's a science, then it goes to the technology, then it goes to the innovation. And then, of course, your particularly office like technology, innovation, venture, commercialization start going on. What we are struggling, in fact, in our country at the moment that, unfortunately, we are not good in science, being very honest. We are not good in technology, and we are not good in innovation. Around the world, where we are looking to the developed nations, they have gone much ahead from where these developing countries are struggling with. Leapfrogging is not possible. I don't see it any opportunity that maybe tomorrow we can come up with something which is very different and very distinct and that could leapfrog the existing systems or the existing ecosystems there. You've been through this entire history from 1700 onwards and even 1900 onwards for the commercialization offices in a very strong position to write down certain processes that helps universities to build these ecosystems. Means if we talk about second generation and third generation, whether it would be possible for the developing countries to learn from the processes that has already been developed into the developed nations and replicate them with some of the contextual changes in our countries. Whether these processes would be available means I have been struggling reading a lot of papers, but they do not really talk about the existing process. What they talk about is different modes. Yes, they do exist. Means you can have your industrial partner, you could have like collaborations. We may identify the need of the industry and the research can start working on those industrial problems. But when there is a gap in industry is not turning up to the university, how to really bring them? How to really make them a part of a system? Means the processes that already exist for your country moving or migrating from third generation to fourth generation, can those be replicated into the developing nations?
Right. So if we looked at what happened in the Eastern Bloc countries, the former Soviet countries, Soviet Bloc countries, the technology development was far behind a lot of the Western countries. But what they were really good at was computer programming and so on. And the Baltic states, they're just fabulous in that. And of course, now they after the fall of the Berlin Wall, they were able to collaborate a lot. But they did that in particular with Finland. Mm-hmm. Right? So you have this Baltic cluster, Baltic digital cluster. Finland is part of it. A number of people migrated to Finland. But actually, in Estonia and Lithuania and so on, they have that kind of capability. So, and in fact, our Prime Minister, we know he's a very rich person. His wife is part of the Infosys owners. India has got these massive IT, right? And again, so that's based on human capital, which you can accelerate in some way faster than you can to build all the infrastructure of laboratories and so on and so forth. So I guess one possible solution is that you try to focus on those things which are much more dependent on human ingenuity and capability to bootstrap your way, to create income streams, and then to invest those again. Because we've invested over and over and over again based on successes in order to broaden our capabilities. So this is maybe not certainly not complete answer, but that's one possible strategy.
And in fact, we talk about the word cluster that we are using today. It has also been evolved. Way back it was technology and innovation system. Then it came up with an entrepreneurial ecosystem word, and then it moved on to the clusters. So as far as this cluster is concerned, so do you think that being focused more on one cluster, which can really bring a competitive advantage to any one nation? And as you talk about pharmaceutical already, you've talked about maybe that Boeing and the manufacturing industry already. Being a developing country, focusing on one sector, maybe on one sector, do you think bring more interest and speed moving towards this innovation ecosystem?
Well, you certainly can't be an expert in all the clusters.
Yes.
So whether it's one or two or three, you would need to determine where you have a industrial pool that you can react to, an industrial and economic opportunity. And for us, those clusters, there are some, it's that combination of, we have some academic experience and capabilities. We have companies and businesses who operate in those clusters, and we can see a pathway to impact.